Hello, everyone, and welcome to Co-oped Up. We are four friends who gather around talking casually about anything and some things. My name's Kenny, and today I am joined by my squad of gamer girls:
Hey
ZZ,
guys.
Dark Shadow, Cameron, XX,
I hate you so much.
Alan, XD,
Oh, that's good.
and Connor, 1234.
Was that the year he was born?
Yeah, we're totally gamer girls.
I was just filled with so much gamer juice right there. I had to let it out.
I don't know how I'm going to edit that out. This
You
week's
don't.
topic is taking a 2018 retrospective look at things we might have missed.
Yeah. I want to go over some stuff, and maybe you could go back in time and watch them.
I mean, who does that,
Is
right?
that how
I mean,
it
it's not like
works?
history's ever recorded.
No, that's not. Until now.
Everything
Before we get into that, let me just say, how has everybody been?
Been a good 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks,
2 weeks.
yeah.
You know, I had a good time in Mexico, but now that I'm back, I am suffering. But that's all life is.
Yeah, that's
What'd you do in Mexico?
I swam, got a little sunburned.
Mm.
Christmas Day with my family,
Nice.
and
You got,
had a delayed flight, so it's all good.
didn't you get high off of white powder too?
No, that's illegal, and also
What is that?
wouldn't.
The sugar canes?
Oh,
sugar cane is
yeah.
not white powder. It's an actual veg. It's
I mean, it's just a code word,
I don't think that's the right code
sugar
word.
cane is so good.
Like the cane itself, or do you just...
Yeah, the cane itself.
You
Just
just
suck
chew
out
on
the
it?
sugar. Yeah.
Does sound pretty good.
Suck out all the vitamins.
Put
There's
it
no
in your
vitamins.
Coca-Cola.
That sounds weird, but okay. What did you guys do?
Not much. I've been working.
Sick.
Well, let's see. What did I do? I work. I've been editing D&D slowly. Got one out yesterday, proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas at home. And that's about it. I don't really have much going on with me.
Well, as we get off of your boring life, my life has been quite
Ooh.
exciting.
Nice.
Sorry.
No, he's right. I'm not gonna blame him.
I bought myself a PC, and we're going to build it right after this.
Hell yeah.
No, me and Cameron are gonna go to the park.
That's right. You guys have a date first.
Yeah, we're going on a date. I mean, you guys can come.
I mean, I don't want to because I have to run some errands.
Yeah, I didn't want a third wheel anyways.
Yeah, I see how it is. Connor, tell us about your week.
Week.
It was alright. I'm slowly turning into an adult. On Monday, I'm gonna finally begin my full-time job. Can't talk about it. Don't mention it. But
Oh, you can't talk about it, really?
No, of course not, dude.
Because he works for the FBI, my dude.
Oh,
sorry.
that's right.
Shit,
That's right.
I wasn't supposed to say that.
All right. Well, he'll edit it out. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Needless to say, yeah, it will be a good experience, and I'll make money. Unfortunately, my work hours are pretty close. Like, I start Monday from 3 to 11, and then I start the next day from 6:45 a.m. to 3. So if I rush home after a 8-hour, like 9-hour workday, I might have 7 hours of sleep before I begin the next
That
workday.
sucks.
Oh, Jesus.
It sounds about normal for a day job.
Well, I mean, like the work schedule is like all over the place too, actually.
Yeah, but it'll be all right by the end. So yeah, that's me.
So to start off our podcast, we're going to talk about the games, the good games, because we're gamer girls and we like games.
We do like them games. Although
The games of 2018.
Issue with this is I don't play many new games. I play like 2-year-old games. Not games for 2-year-olds.
I play year-old games. Like, I play games. I'm stuck in the past, Cameron. I can't stop playing GameCube games.
That's fair. GameCube is good. PS2 is good.
Pokemon Coliseum,
N64 is awesome.
Xbox though?
Xbox like OG?
360 is good.
Xbox T-pose.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. I'm confused.
It's like as if the Xbox was an Alexa, but the only thing it can do is T-pose and play the Halo theme song.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what?
Sounds like a fun game.
That sounds all right.
Yeah, dude. I
You
don't
want
know
to go down the list?
Yeah, let's go down the
Just
list.
start from beginning, or how do you want to set this up?
Let's just start from the beginning.
Dude,
I mean,
should we
let's
just-
just list them down. It's
Okay.
here anyway, right in front of us.
True. Okay. So the first one I wanted to talk about was Celeste because that came out in January. It's the earliest game on here, I think. It is such a great indie game. It's probably, let's see, my favorite indie game of this year. I'm looking at the rest
Yeah,
of
there
the
weren't
list. Yeah,
There weren't a ton.
there weren't a ton.
indie
But
games.
Celeste has the
Are you sure?
best
Like, I'm pretty sure there were
controls.
a ton of.
Well,
indie
there's
games
always
this
a ton of indie games, but I'm saying there hasn't been. I haven't played many of them.
year.
Like I
Oh,
know
okay.
Frostpunk was a big one. What else was there? Dead Cells was huge.
Dead Cells came out earlier, I think.
No,
Was it earlier? Why
Yeah,
was
no,
it
it
at
came
the
out this
Game
year, I'm pretty
Awards?
sure.
I'm
It
not-
came out this year. I'm pretty sure
I'm-
it was early access. Probably why.
There we go. I think it was early.
I
access.
think I'm so out of the loop about video games because I didn't know about half of the games that were being nominated for the Video Game Awards.
Oh,
So I
Mm.
saw. I have no clue what Celeste is. I know it's about depression or something, and
That's
it's
kind of the atmosphere around it or the story kind of further
And
in,
it's-
but that's not the main focus, I don't think.
It's
and
climbing mountains. in the game.
pixelated.
It's very beautifully pixelated. It has nice art visuals. And I love games with a great movement system where it just feels fluid, like Ori and the Blind Forest is amazing for that.
Yep.
It has such great control. And it's just fun to get those strawberries in Celeste. Because you feel so accomplished after you get them. Also, the soundtrack is amazing, I have to say. So if you haven't played Celeste, I recommend you go play it. Because it's one of the best platformers of this last year, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what more I need to say about it.
Yeah, I
It's a
think you're
good-
the only one that played this game, though.
Oh,
It's a good
really? I
game.
thought Alan played it.
I
Did
didn't
you?
play it because I
Okay.
didn't have money, but I would have played it.
Okay.
It looks good.
Well, I recommend
It's-
people play it. It is a little
it's-
short, but it's a good time.
Hmm.
I've seen speedruns of this game and it looks amazing.
Oh, the speedruns are so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next notable game,
Mhm.
I think, is God of War.
Mhm.
Right? It's a good
Mhm.
game.
God of War,
Tell us about it, Kenny.
the game of the year. So, God of War is a new direction in the God of War series. That's all I have to say.
You're now a single mother.
What? Yeah, you're a single mom taking care of your gamer girl, and the gamer girl is you.
You're the game.
So, as you embark on this quest as a single mother, you
No,
have to
okay.
throw your father's ashes.
Okay,
Oh, wait.
Okay, here's what happened. Here's the story.
Okay,
Essentially-
fine.
Essentially, you're a dad and your kid, and your mom's high up in the mountains, and she's a gamer girl, and she's running out of gamer juice. So you got to get up to the mountains and get her a code red. And so you travel for what feels like at least 40 hours with this code red on your belt. And then at the very end, you shove it into her mouth, and she slurps, and then she keeps playing COD.
The code Red the Child?
I don't know, dude. I'm so confused.
No,
I
the
haven't-
code-
You shove your child into your mother?
No,
You're
the
literally
code
the
red is
worst
the friends we
describing
made
this.
along the
Okay,
way.
I haven't played the game, but they could be telling the truth and I wouldn't know.
Exactly.
I think I'm the only one that has played the game. out
There's
of all
like
of
there's like a Mountain Dew pantheon. That's
Stop.
what Grace is taking up.
them. That's the big boss.
Thor's
No.
Voltage.
I've heard that was
Oh, ooh, good connection.
Thanks. But no, seriously, Kenny.
We did this game in Injustice just now.
We did.
So, God of War,
you did.
recently nominated as the Game of the Year of 2018. It's a great game. It's a great action third-person game that holds true to the God of War series and the God of War lore. And what it does is that it tightens the aspects of what God of War was kind of lacking. Well, I say kind of lacking, but the stories in God of War have always been kind of open-ended. There are these big bombastic things that happen, but you can't really connect. It's not really grounded. It's more of all over the place. Here, it is more grounded, and it does get kind of all over the place towards the end, but it's still tight narrative and simple gameplay, and really satisfying one too. If you play on the harder difficulties, you really, really see the combat and the gameplay aspects of the entire game just being fleshed out in a really awesome way.
So
Yeah.
I'd say that this new God of War that we got is more about maturity in comparison to the other games that we've
Oh
seen.
yeah, absolutely.
No, I mean not just in like the story aspect, but in like a gameplay aspect as well, right? Because they changed a lot of things.
Yeah. It's not as graphic, I feel.
Yeah. I think like, if you think about the previous games, it's essentially like somebody did you wrong, let's get that bastard. But now it's like, all right, let's honor my dead wife.
Here's one of the cool things that I kind of picked up about it. I was watching some video essays about it, and one thing that I saw brought up was that in the previous God of War games, there was the camera angles. You usually had like a wide camera, so you saw the entire thing. You saw the entire battlefield, and you had complete control over your position and how the enemies came at you. So you were always aggressive in that way.
Yeah.
But in this game, you are limited to the third person, and it is very hard to see enemies coming from behind you. So in this game, you're playing more as a reactionary player instead of being full on aggressive. And I think that's part of the maturity as well.
It also fits the theme of the story because
It does fit the theme.
Kratos
Although
doesn't want to do anything in this game. He just wants to relax.
Yeah, from what I've just said too, the third person aspect can be kind of a detriment too. I don't know if it's like an intentional thing or not. This is probably reaching. It's the camera angles, although it is amazing, it's never helping you in a way. The camera angle never feels friendly. Like you never feel in full control, but at the same time you never feel like you're fighting it. It's this very weird like neutral in between being in control of the gameplay and being out of control, which is pretty cool.
I really want to play it, but I don't have a PS4, sadly.
I have a PS4.
You never played it though.
I never played it though. I watched I watched a full Let's Play. Shout out to MK Fire and Ice for being the best playthrough on YouTube.
Okay.
Did we just sponsor
I don't
someone?
know.
We're not getting paid for this, Connor.
It's a shout out. It's a shout out.
It's not a sponsor. It's a shout out. I mean, whatever. I mean,
Alright.
talk about the next game, Cameron.
Okay, yeah, this is mine. So not many people have heard of this, I don't think. It's called Where Water Tastes Like Wine. It's a narrative adventure type game where you're exploring I'm not sure, I think decades throughout America's history. And you come across these fellow travelers or livers, that was a weird word. People who live in these areas that you could talk to, and they share their story, and then you share
is this
your stories.
is this the American based colonial game?
Yes. I think it takes place over multiple years. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played it.
I don't know.
But it's a really interesting game. It's really different. So it's really dialogue heavy, of course, but there's voice acting as well.
Isn't it the gameplay how like you travel around gathering stories and then share it with other travelers?
Yes. And these different travelers you meet over multiple times, and they all have like a certain like if you know a horror story, this person really likes horror and like gory stuff. So you share that sort of stuff with them and they like it, and you kind of get a bond with them, and then they share more stories that you could share to other people. And it's really interesting. If you're looking for like a nice chill time, I'd say go check it out.
That does sound pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I actually might do that.
It's a very, very cool game.
Way to go.
On to the next one. Connor, let's talk about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, God. I think it was all around a very, very good game. Although there were flaws, I liked almost everything about it except for its online. I thought that the game was good, but it should have been less of a segue to Red Dead Redemption 1. I think it should have been more focused on trying to be its own thing than trying to carry on, because essentially by the end of that game, you're, I don't know, like 3 years away from Red Dead 1. So it feels a little kind of, I don't know.
It's very odd and strong sequel baiting, being a prequel already.
Yeah, it's like if you're gonna segue to the next game, maybe you shouldn't have released that game 10 years ago. You know, just an idea. Maybe you should have released, like, I don't know. It just
Well, I think
I
they were
thought
making bank off of Grand Theft
I
Auto.
I thought that was good, and my biggest issue with that game is that there was a right way to play it. The idea is that with Red Dead Redemption, with the previous game with John Marston, you don't really like besides the moral of good and bad. The point of the game is to redeem by killing off your previous gang members so you can get your wife and kid back, right? Well,
Mhm.
in Red Dead 2, your way of becoming redeemed isn't necessarily as implied. Like like if you play it completely morally, as good as possible, they will tell you you have the opportunity to redeem yourself, and then he'll try to redeem himself. So it's like you're missing key points to the story if you decide to be a baddie, which I think is unfair to the player. I feel like while it was awesome that they tried to give it multiple aspects of how you can how the story changes depending on whether you're good or bad, I think it's kind of frustrating that, you miss out on really satisfying aspects of it, especially when you're playing 40 to 50 hours of this game and you decide to play it your way and they deprive you of special aspects that make the game super rewarding in comparison to the person that just decided to be a goodie the whole time because like you're an outlaw bandit, why shouldn't you be bad? I mean, it's kind of unfair to the player that they set it up to be like this and then secretly you actually have to play it this way to get the best ending.
Well, I would say for the game overall, it's a very slow burn. So you
No,
probably shouldn't invest a lot of time in this if you don't have a lot of time to spare. This is a game that you're gonna want to spend your time with. If you just rush
Mhm.
through it, I did that. I rushed through it. I had an objectively worse time than I should have. So this is just one of those games where you're just gonna have to be patient and take your time with it.
Is that you played Witcher 3, correct,
Yeah.
Kenny? Yeah.
yeah.
So did you
hmm
take your time with that? Because that is a
I took
very time
I
invested
took my
game.
time with Witcher 3 because I enjoyed a lot of the aspects of the world
Okay.
and the fantasy elements. Fantasy is more my speed than
Okay.
old country western.
Yeah.
So that's why I enjoyed Witcher 3 a heck of a lot more than I did Red Dead Redemption 2. Also, the gameplay in Red Dead Redemption 2 also really hit me, rubbed me the wrong way. So
Mm.
I think that it was kind of janky. I think first person was broken. Um,
Yeah.
First person, you can't play the entire game in first person. It's just impossible.
Mm.
Um, you know, I think that I was just like, at a certain point, after, can we do like a spoiler alert?
yeah, sure.
Sure.
All right,
I'll put
spoiler,
like red signs up here. Boop, 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 boop,
spoiler.
boop.
Once you get TB, tuberculoso, um, I spent like 12 hours just wandering the northeast forests, growing a beard. Where like I wore like really fancy clothes, but I basically just like shimmied down to like jeans and like a jacket, and I was just like looking like this tuberculosis ridden hobo, and I was just wandering the northeast forest, just doing good, man. Like literally, like I'd be like next side quest to do a good thing, and I'd be like, fuck it, let's get over there. And then I'd run over and I'd be like, "Hey, want some help?" And then essentially, that's how you redeem yourself: as you wander the northeast forests, helping widows and veterans and stopping hicks from killing people. And essentially, that's your way of redeeming yourself in the game. And you know what? It wasn't that bad. I had a pretty good time doing that. It just kind of sucks that if you don't do that, you kind of pay, since it's not main quest.
All right.
All right, enough about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, please.
Let's go on to talk about We Happy Few. Now, I don't know a lot about this game, so someone's gonna have to take over.
I wanted to talk about this game only because of the controversy surrounding it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm sick of this game.
Tell me why you're sick of it, Connor.
Just it's constantly getting released.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like it was like here it is now. Here it is now. It's like, oh, they released it again? Like I don't know like the timeline. I never saw it, but it just feels so all over the place.
Yeah, it took a lot of different turns in the production. It changed
Yeah.
Came
a
out in the
lot.
It came out early September, right, or in the fall somewhere.
Like the newest release,
Like the
final
actual
release?
official release.
I don't know.
Because I'm
Alan
pretty
just
sure they
put it on the doc.
I'm pretty sure they only released beta versions before, like so they were only like
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
level.
It was
it was
early
stuck in
access.
early access hell.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it had like
Um,
survival aspects.
They
and
wanted
stuff
to
like
make it
that.
survival, but I think they ended up focusing more on story, like a branch. Was it branching paths? I'm not sure, but I think this game is actually a little bit underrated
Yeah,
I
it-
just
Oh
like
yeah.
because of the bad press it gets.
yeah.
Mm.
I
It-
think
it-
so. Like I had like I liked the aesthetic of it at first, but
Yeah.
then I saw it again. Another like I had been continuously seeing it for like a year and a half, and then I was like, I don't really care how this
Mhm.
looks.
Yeah, no, I can understand that.
I know when it was released, it had a ton of glitches. It was like a mess.
Oh
Hmm.
I
yeah,
don't know if they fixed that or not. I haven't played it. I've just seen videos of all the glitches, and some of them are pretty funny.
I'm just glad this game is finally out of.
Yeah,
Out
it's
of
done.
hell.
I don't want to hear it
Mm.
anymore.
Would you ever
Yeah.
consider buying it or playing it?
If it's on sale,
Maybe.
maybe. Yeah, if it's on sale.
Maybe.
Mm.
It's not a bad story.
Oh, I should also say not everything on what we're going to talk about is going to be the best of the best. I should say.
Oh, obviously,
We're going to talk about some
It's-
pretty bad stuff later on.
especially for my next game that I'm gonna talk about.
Oh, this one's
is-
bad.
It's not bad. It's just
Okay.
not amazing.
Okay.
I want to talk about the Shape-Shifting Detective, which is in a way a spiritual successor to an earlier game called Contradiction.
Okay.
It's basically the same type of format. I'm only a fan of this because I love an actor, Rupert Booth, and how he plays his characters. Technically, what you do in this game is it's like a mystery. You gotta solve who killed this person and what's going on in the town. And I like it. And I would recommend you buy it.
We should also say this is a live action game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I had no
It's
idea what
real-
you guys were talking about. And now it
Yeah,
just
so
clicked.
It's like a live action, like branching paths kind of
Yeah, I saw some gameplay of it. It looked interesting.
I want Connor to play Contradiction,
game.
is what I'm gonna say.
All right, fine. You know what? Send me a link to it, and when I get back to my home,
You get back to Dragon's Maw.
Dragon's Maw. Yeah. I'll check it. I'll check it out.
All right.
Is that what we wanted to talk about there?
Taking a step in the positive, maybe not so positive, but likely
I think it's
positive
positive.
direction. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that came out in December.
Yeah, we've all played it.
We have all played it.
I have
the one
all
we've all
played
played.
It's trash.
Yes.
I think it's
Hot
really
take.
good.
All video game characters are from Super Smash Bros.
Hot take. I'm bad at this game.
That's not a hot
You're
take.
not
That's just
bad.
true.
I'm worse at it than you.
I really want this game.
Okay.
It's a very fun game, but I get kind of burned out by there are so many fucking characters.
That's why you only play like 5 and ignore the rest.
Like
Really?
That's what I do.
when I play this game, I have a really good time, but I had to take 3-hour sessions, and then I'll stop, and then I'll leave it alone for a couple days, just because it's just like, I don't know. World of Light, that section, God, it's so
The single player.
repetitive. Yeah, the single player.
Oh,
I kind
You
of
know-
like it, honestly.
I mean, how far are you in it?
Well, I saw Mary play the whole thing. I've played probably 2/3 of it so far myself. I got pretty
I've
far.
I got halfway through, and I felt exhausted.
Yeah, I beat Bowser.
I just I was just I beat Bowser too. And I was just like, it's just combat over. I mean, of course,
Well,
it's just combat.
it's a fighting
but,
game, but
but it just made me wish that there was a subspace emissary. Say what you will about Brawl, say what you will, but it had the best story mode by far.
It didn't just have the best story mode. It had the best, like,
it had the only
side
story mode.
content. No, it had the best side content of any Smash.
Yeah, Like,
Mm.
just like, why can't you have like, people that I could beat the shit out of? And I liked it when you had a story that you could go across instead of me freeing all these spirits for characters where I only care about like 1/8 of these fucking characters. Half
Connor.
of the
Mm.
what do you?
I agree with you 100%. Yet I have to disagree with you because they literally had no time to make Subspace Emissary for this game. It was either this or nothing.
Honestly, I think people would lose their mind if for a DLC they released a new version of Subspace Emissary, like a new story mode. That would
Yeah.
be insane. Cause just think about it. It probably wouldn't be,
Well, that's not going to happen because Sakurai is done.
No, he's
So-
not.
Well, he's not.
Sakurai-
I'm pretty sure he's kind of done with Smash for at least
No,
the
he
next period
literally-
of.
He literally said that if there's another Smash game, he's gonna work on it.
Well, no, he's done for a while.
Well, yeah,
There's gonna be.
Sakurai
he's
looks
taking a
like
break.
Sakurai looks like how Abraham Lincoln looked after the Civil War. Just bored and just
The war's won, but they want more.
There's small
Yeah, he
fights around
just-
the world.
he just needs to go to see a play and just relax with his wife.
He really does.
Oh, he doesn't
Yeah.
need to. No. Okay.
Let's not set this up in such a way.
Okay.
Wow.
I think we're all at like different points on this game because for me, I've never owned a Smash game. This is the first one I've ever owned. I've
Mhm.
always gone over to friends' houses to play it, so I don't really get the whole experience. But after playing the single player, I had a really good time. It taught me a lot about how to use the controls because when I went over to friends, I just kind of mashed and just like, oh, I'll just hit them this way, and it's way more complex than I ever thought it was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
ever after playing it.
Honestly, like I think Super Smash Brothers is the best fighting game out there, just because it's so much more accessible. It's accessible to everybody, and
Yeah.
yet it still is complicated.
I do think it's probably the best fighting game for me.
I'm gonna disagree with that statement, Connor.
All right, are you gonna say Skullgirls or some bullshit?
No, Super Smash Bros. Isn't a fighting game. It's a 2D platform fighter.
It's every single 2D, every single. You're a little bitch. Anyways,
No, but also I don't think it's super accessible compared to other games because like everybody has a computer probably, but no.
it's on the Switch,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I
that's-
thought
I mean, that's a different reasoning to say it's not accessible. It's not accessible that way, but in terms of like actually playing it, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It's easy
Fair
to
enough.
understand for a beginner.
All right,
Yeah.
let's move on because I feel my body weight.
Oh, because of what's happening next?
Oh god.
Yeah, this is
Take me on the river to Fallout 76.
All right, I never played this game. I don't think anybody touched this game, but I remember this summer hearing this get announced, and I was literally so pumped. And I remember looking at you guys and saying, "This is the reason why I'm gonna build my PC."
Yeah.
I saved up.
Yeah,
oh,
I
that's
saved-
right.
Oh yeah.
I
saved
looked
up-
over to Connor, and his eyes were so ecstatic, and he was like
I was
happy.
I was so filled with joy. I was so pumped. I spent $1,400 to make my computer, and you know what? My excitement slowly wavered,
Hmm.
and I just noticed that the game was literally falling apart before he was even out. I noticed when they did the stream with Rick and Morty and Ninja. That's when I felt like something was wrong. I was like, this is completely unrelated, but there must be something wrong with the game. There has to be something wrong. And then the reviews came in.
Yeah.
And I just, honestly, I was impressed. Because I remember when I was in middle school and hearing about Fallout New Vegas, and I thought for a second I heard rumors because me and my online buddies, we thought it was a multiplayer game, and we thought, oh, what if we could play Fallout together? And that dream never came true, and I had that dream within me for years. I've had that dream within me for over 8 years, and I thought this dream can finally be fulfilled. And you know what happened?
They
put
shit on your dream.
No, they put Fallout 4 and Skyrim together, and they put a skin over it.
With
And it doesn't even work.
was it Blood Queen or whatever?
It's a Scorch Beast.
A Scorch
It's
Beast.
just-
I don't even want to talk about how you can become a master of illusion and destruction magic in fucking Fallout 76.
and then Alduin comes out of nowhere.
Alduin the World Eater comes out of nowhere. They broke lore for this game. They broke lore to make the Brotherhood of Steel work. They broke lore to make Super Mutants work. None of those things should have existed. They had so much room, and they said that they've been spending 3 to 4 years making this game. They did not. They spent probably 2 at best. And I'm just so, it just makes.
Yeah, this hit
Can you
the
believe
hardest,
that
I'm sure.
Todd Howard said that this game was a prequel to all the Fallout series?
Did he
It
really?
is.
He
yeah,
did.
Yeah, this is.
It
This
is.
their origin. Well, not origin.
takes-
Is it?
It takes place in 23 years after 2076. The next Fallout game. The next Fallout game the Fallout 1 doesn't occur until like 2170, somewhere around there. Please don't call me out on this, because like if anybody ever watches this, I don't know, but it's at least close to 100 years after the bombs fall.
Mhm.
So a lot of shit didn't start appearing until then, but they broke the lore of the game just so that they could use it. And I just feel like it's just like it's like taking a shit in the sandbox and then trying to play in the sandbox.
Is it like making Batman kill people?
It's like making Batman kill people, dude.
Hot take: Batman likes to kill people.
This is the
Hey,
Ben
look at it.
Affleck of Fallout games.
So you don't recommend this game at all?
No, of course,
Yeah.
like for a second, like there was like a brief moment when you asked that question. I was like, no, absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
No, I couldn't. Like, maybe one day they'll make a Fallout game that's good,
Yeah.
and then I'll play that, and then make another good Fallout game, and then never make another multiplayer.
Oh. Wait, did I send you the link to that one article where it was talking about how the nukes were deleted from the game almost?
Mhm.
Was
Or
it
they were.
I'm
because
pretty sure.
was it
They're not.
because the date changed to 2019?
Yeah, I wasn't
I'm pretty
sure.
sure it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
It seems like
They
such a
they just never
weird
accounted
thing.
for that.
Literally, that's like Y2K, or
Yeah.
like they had Y2K up.
It's so
Fallout.
weird how that would happen, though. I think it's probably because it was on a clock timer and something changed after the year, and it didn't
That's so
account for
stupid.
that.
It's because the game resets on a weekly basis. So
Hmm.
like that way people will get nukes
Gotcha.
this week, and yeah.
I
Alright.
just think it was so. It's just so. And don't even get like we're not even talking about the transactions. Nobody even talks
that's
about
right.
those. Nobody
Oh,
talks
yeah.
about
Forgot
how
about that.
a skin for in like a power armor skin in Fallout 76 is $18 when you could play Far Harbor in Fallout 4. That's like $20 with an infinitely more amount of content, and it's just like they're just trying to make as much money out of this
Mhm.
as possible because they know it's bad.
Yeah, it was.
They
just a
know it's
cash
bad.
grab.
It's just like, and it breaks my heart knowing what the future for Bethesda is.
Yeah, I'm worried about the
they're-
new Elder Scrolls.
Not even just the new Elder Scrolls. Their next main title too. Star.
Oh yeah, it's the same engine, I think,
Field?
right?
It's the same engine.
Yeah,
It's this. Well, yeah.
same engine for Fallout 76.
But this is
and-
like the main company. This is like the
Oh,
go-to
yeah,
like
Yeah.
name brand of Bethesda.
true.
This is literally their new IP besides Fallout and Elder Scrolls. This is their new thing, and you know what? It could be a hot dump.
I'm worried.
Could be is kind of an understatement. I
Don't
think it will be.
just shut the fuck up.
Okay,
my
shall we
opinion.
move on? We can make a whole video about Fallout
Yeah.
76.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Let's talk about another controversy of a bad game. Well, I mean, pseudo bad game, Battlefield 5, that
Mm.
released, I believe, in early November.
I forgot this game existed.
What was that?
I forgot this game existed.
Was this the World War II
Yeah.
one? I don't remember.
Yeah, this is the World War II one.
Yeah,
See,
okay.
and no one remembers this game.
Yeah.
I just remember them on when it was E3 when they're like, and that's right, we're having Battle Royale, and that's when I realized.
Was that this
Ah,
game?
yeah.
Okay.
And I remember them saying that. I'm going, oh, so this game's a joke. Oh, okay.
Ooh, got him.
Okay.
Oh, fudge, dude. You made me remember something.
Here's the thing about that though, right? Battle Royale, I mean, people will shit on it and whatnot, but the Call of Duty Battle Royale for Call of Duty Black Ops 4, it is extremely well done. It's people say it's better than PUBG. Just that mode alone.
Yeah, I don't doubt that because PUBG's honestly trash. It's just
I mean, yeah.
it's just managed. It's an asset flipping game that just managed to do the idea of battle royale right, but gameplay wise, it's not that amazing.
It didn't have its own style. It was basically like Arma or Daisy almost.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't look like it has any heart in it to it. That's why people love Fortnite way more because it actually has an aesthetic and it actually has gameplay mechanics beyond just being a shooter. Anyways, Battlefield 5. I don't know. I loved Battlefield 1. I loved Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 was amazing. But that one looked like, for Battlefield 1, it looked like they really tried to make it historically accurate. And you know what? For Battlefield 5, I don't care if you have women. Battlefield 1 had women. You could play as a woman in that game. I'm fine with that. But nobody looked like, in that game, like they were in World War II. They looked like they were dressed to be cool. They were in the Arctic for some reason and just fighting. That's all we saw. And all I saw for, like, special new things is you can drag artillery around with tanks and shit.
You could ram your tank through this entire town.
I mean, we could do that already, but thanks. It's just, I don't know. It just didn't seem like I'm just so sick of people making games off of World War II.
Yeah, you know what? People are really fascinated with the World Wars. The Great Wars.
Yeah, I'm sick of it,
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of it too.
And so, anyways, that's honestly all I have to say about Battlefield 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's leave. I know you put this on here, Kenny, but let's leave.
Yeah,
that
let's
for
just
the
leave
end.
that for later, or maybe not at all.
Well, yeah.
So
it's not out.
To conclude our gamer girdle conversation, we are now going into movies and shows.
Yeah, we just put them together because.
I mean, why not? Movies and shows. What's the difference? Well, you watch them. That's a similarity, not a difference.
We got 10 minutes, boys.
10 minutes for what?
Avengers Infinity War. Let's talk about Avengers Infinity War.
It was good. It averted my expectations properly.
No spoilers.
Can I just say that I was severely spoiled for this? I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast yet.
Oh yeah,
sure, yeah.
Okay, so I was at school and this is like during the time this came out, I believe. And all of you've already seen it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to watch this when I get back home after break because I have no way to access it right now. It just came on Netflix. And this girl was talking about it on her phone super loudly on the bus. And supposedly there's some deaths or something. I'm just going to say that. Even though I think a lot of people have already seen this. But he's like, oh, this person's dead. I can't believe they killed off this character. And they were saying the character outright. They were saying like, oh, Batman dies. Or something like that.
Oh, Batman kills people. Oh my god.
Batman kills people.
Not Ben Affleck.
I just didn't want to name names.
But Batman.
But Batman, he dies.
You should have put a throwing star in it.
And I learned everyone's death, and it wasn't fun because I expected it. But I have to say, I really love Thanos. I thought I was going to hate him with all the stupid memes. But he's a great character, and I'm mad about all the memes. He's a great villain.
Understandable.
You know what really blew me away about this movie? This movie held on to artistic integrity. It wasn't a cash cow. It didn't have Disney written anywhere near it. It was just true to the comics, true to the characters, and true to the story, and the interpretation of how it should conclude. and that really hit me hard.
Yeah, I just I don't know. It's like the opposite of Star Wars right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can't get into the new Star Wars right now.
How does that happen though? How
mean,
is it like?
It's the
Well,
directors.
Marvel's
It's the directors.
huge.
No, it's the I'm pretty sure it's the executive producers.
Well, no, the writer for Last Jedi was a shithead to begin with.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Well,
but like
But
the
then
executive producer is the person that put them in their position.
executive producers are Disney, though. Let's just refer to them as Disney.
Well, yeah, but
Disney-
like in Marvel, you have someone like Kevin Feige, who is like very, very true to the Marvel comics. And then on Star Wars side, you have whatever her name is,
that
Susan
one-
something.
Kathleen
Isn't she the-
Kennedy?
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy.
Isn't she
I
the
know her
one that
name.
wants to make it as? I don't know. She just makes
She
feminists
was-
look bad.
She's pushing an agenda in the movies, and
Yeah.
it loses that artistic integrity that we see in Marvel movies.
It's just like
Pretty sure she's just trying to destroy what, like the formula for a Star Wars movie.
I don't think so. I think she really is just trying to push an agenda without like actually taking into account what Star Wars is. She probably just saw it and was like, "Ooh, you know what? These movies did pretty well.
Mhm.
Let's make them again."
but it's just like, you know, she's putting a bunch of women into the movie, which is fine. It's fine if you put women. It'd be fine if you made it a Star Wars a whole female cast, honestly. But the issue is that none of these women earned their power. From Rey to that one haired lady, and
I don't know.
None of these
I-
women really make good choices.
Okay, you're right about that one, but I'm unsure about the purple-haired lady earning her position. We just don't see it, you know.
Well, how about this? How about this? Princess Leia cannot just use the Force in outer space.
Princess Leia cannot just force it out of
How do
space.
we? Wait, why are we talking about Star Wars?
It's a movie.
Yeah, just a movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
You know what? Talk about 2018,
Yeah.
2000 movies.
Everybody get back, get back.
Yeah, let's go back.
Concluding, Infinity War is a great movie. Let's
Yeah.
move on.
If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Get
Yeah.
to it.
And you know, Infinity War is a great woman with with confident movie characters.
Oh, you're trying to tie it together now. Okay. Okay.
Let's talk about another movie that had competent writing. Eighth Grade, a
it's-
movie
Yeah.
directed by Bo Burnham,
Mhm.
an independent movie, I should say.
And our first episode was on this. I have
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
It's a salad of uncomfortableness, awkward puberty, and
Mhm.
you know it's not that bad to eat.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting.
It's a good movie.
It's not even bad. I thought it
It's
was
not-
great.
I thought it was okay.
It was-
I gave it like a 7.
It was a good movie, but I regret that that was the first ever episode we ever did.
I honestly, yeah.
Most of the time we were just like, ooh, yeah, okay.
We had uncomfortable
We had some really bad
conversations.
vibes coming out of the movie, though.
True. It feels bad that was our first episode. That's the first thing people are gonna see. That's the first thing my parents are gonna see, and they're gonna know my friends and they're
Oh no! Do you remember what we
The-
talked about? I don't want
yeah. We talked about masturbation
to
and like,
stop.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny and the popsicle.
Stop.
It's just like it just made me feel so much more vulnerable than I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm. That's why I regret our first episode.
Yeah.
I kind of wish there was some buffer in between.
Honestly, the best starting episode is episode 0 because it's just. I think it's good to get our
Mhm.
personalities and just see us actually talk naturally.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also more fun to talk when we see each other's faces. But going back to the movies and shows of 2018, let's move on to the next one
Okay.
that Connor wants to talk about. It's Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
So with Infinity War ending, everybody was like, "Well, why the fuck should we see Ant-Man and the Wasp?" And honestly,
Good question.
it was really fun to just watch. It was just a good time.
It was so
I
fun.
would
It's
I
a
would-
romp.
it's you know those movies in comparison to other Marvel films, I'd watch it again because the main character is likable. The concept of the story is understandable. It's well thought out. there's surprisingly not as much action, which the
Really?
movie
I
still
thought it had a ton of action.
and it didn't have as
no,
not as
it
much
didn't have
as
a ton.
Well, I mean, like running action. Like it wasn't fighting,
had-
but it was just the environment around
it
them
had
was the
it had
fighting.
about I'd say maybe 5 fight scenes at most, I think.
But I think
but
they
there
did
were
them well.
But they were other forms of action and there were other forms of intensity because
Mhm.
we didn't know if it wasn't certain if they were actually going to get what they wanted because it wasn't like the end of the world. It's similar to Homecoming. It's not the end of the world, but it still matters.
Mhm.
And I just had a good time altogether. And I thought it was a really good tie-in to explain what the hell Ant-Man was doing
Yeah.
before Infinity War. I just, I really like it, and I like how they developed his character, and I like how they used magic, so Ant-Man has become like this deceptive bastard. I really like that. It's really good. I really like Scott Lang. I really like oh god, I forgot his name. I just like him. I
Okay.
wish he was my friend.
I think
Did you notice?
that it was.
Did you notice the connection between Ant-Man and Doctor Strange, though? So, in the
Okay.
movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp, he's learning magic, right? He's like
Oh, yeah.
magic parlor tricks
He was doing like
and
card
whatnot.
tricks and stuff.
Okay.
But he also goes into that alternate or like small universe.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same universe that Doctor Strange enters when he
Sure.
uses magic.
The quantum
Whoa.
reality.
The quantum realm, yeah.
So you're saying Doctor Strange is Ant-Man?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
exactly what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is that they should fuck and make a kid.
Oh.
I'm
Ooh,
saying that I want a tiny
that's right.
Doctor Strange.
I'm pushing the gay agenda.
Oh God.
Well, let's go on to the
Stop.
next. Let's talk about Netflix for a
Something
little
a little
bit.
more
Let's talk about Lady Hilda Mormont of how of Bear Island.
Let's talk about this cool cartoon show that Cameron showed us
Yeah,
called
it's
Hilda.
It's such a feel-good show. It's a very calm atmosphere watching it, and it has a running story through it as well. Like the episodes are connected. Oh, I should probably explain the story maybe.
Yeah.
So I think this is Earth, right? It's not very clear. It has like
This is a pseudo-Earth
trolls.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like rock trolls, forests, spirits, and stuff like that. And there's this girl named Tilda who lives out in nature or the
Tilda.
countryside.
You said Tilda.
Did I say Tilda? I meant Tilda. And she lives with her mom, and she loves nature, but she has to. I don't know if this is a spoiler. I don't think it really matters. It happens in like the first 2 episodes, but she has to move to Trollberg town. Not going to say why they move. And
What's the name of the town?
Trollberg.
That's a shitty name, but okay.
Yeah, but it's a very fun show. The art style's adorable.
It's a show for kids, but it's good for adults.
Yeah, it's strangely mature for what it is.
It's like what people want Steven Universe to be, but without all the drama that there's no way you can get drama out of that show.
Mm-hmm. I think this is just a great show if you just want to, chill out.
The show is well paced.
Mhm.
It has a great feeling of eliciting comfortability.
Mhm.
When you're watching it, you feel adventurous, but at the same time, you feel like you're kind of safe in a way. Like you're okay where you are as you're watching this. And also, the show also has great comedic timing.
Oh yeah.
It just blows me away how bizarre things can get, and then how normal it can also get at the same time.
Mhm.
It's great.
Yeah, go check that out if you like animated shows.
Talking about animated shows, let's talk about the next one.
Yeah.
An anime from the Nihon, known as Hinamatsuri.
Ah!
Alan,
so
since you like this anime so much, why don't you
Okay,
tell
wait.
me?
We all like this show, right?
We all
I
love
love
this
it.
show.
It's such a good comedy.
It's okay. It's the most wholesome show I've ever seen. Is that a good way to sum up the show?
I think I know you were very reluctant to put this on the show because you said this was your show.
No, it's not my show.
It's not
It's
your
just
show.
like
It was just a
I
bit.
don't know.
It was a bit. Okay.
Okay.
some things are so good that I don't know if they should be shared.
Mm.
It's just okay. I don't want to say too much. It's like a comedic show that yet tugs at your heartstrings due to the human-like characters that
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They do such a good job of fleshing out each individual character that you feel like you can relate to them in some sense.
Mhm.
And I don't want to give out anything about the show. I just want people to watch it.
Just to experience it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way of going about it. But if you are really into anime,
Or
just
stop.
maybe
Just-
I'll stop if you like animated shows.
It's not even just get
Not
over
bad?
yourself. Get over yourself about animated shows. Just go watch the show.
Just watch
Try
Who
it
the
out.
fuck do you think you are?
I'm
If you
sorry.
like to, if
You
you
know
like to
what?
experience quality, just go watch the show
Watch
known as
it.
Hinamatsuri.
You know what?
Exactly.
Pause,
Or on
pause the
Crunchyroll.
podcast. Pause the podcast and think: are you really that great? Are you really that better than what you think
Wait.
that we're talking about? Is who you are? Yeah.
Wait,
Who are you
Fuck you.
talking
who are you
to?
talking to me?
I think he's talking to somebody who doesn't like.
Wait, you told them to pause the video so they can't even hear you rant about it.
Oh,
What are
well-
you thinking?
So they're gonna pause and go, "What the fuck's happening?"
Yeah, and then stop watching because they can't
And
play it
then who do
again.
you think you are? Huh?
Continuing, let's
Yes.
talk about another animated show known as Castlevania Season 2 that came out this October.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny and I love arguing about this. You know,
Yeah, we argued for about like an hour and a half straight, I think.
Wait, what did you argue about?
we just
Castlevania?
argued about the development of friendships
Wait.
between Alucard and Trevor, the politics behind vampires, the lack of actual content that the game provides besides the very
game?
ending. Like not that the game itself, but story content.
You mean the
Uh,
show?
No, the show's fine.
No,
I
we
like-
were drawing
confusing us.
contrast between the games and the show.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
I mean, we both like the show, but we all agree that there's definitely faults with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the fight scenes are probably the best part of the whole show. The
Oh,
fight
yeah, that's-
choreography is amazing.
What is the worst part of the show? Because
The worst part of the show is when they're trying to character develop.
Yeah, when they're just talking.
Actually, no. I'll take that back. It's the exposition about the world.
Oh,
That's the worst
yeah,
part of the
okay.
show.
All right.
Why?
Because it's not it's done poorly. They compromise characterizations between the characters
Mhm.
in order to do so, and it's animated so poorly. You can clearly see it. It becomes like a Microsoft PowerPoint at that point.
Yeah, at parts, but I think when it gets to like the action scenes, it gets really good. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
save on the budget, Kenny.
I mean, true,
Mhm.
but you know what? We're just talking about it casually. I don't want to get too in depth with it because I know I can. It's a great show, though.
I enjoyed it.
Great show.
I think they just focused too much on the villains in this one.
Mm.
Like they didn't focus on the main heroes or whatever.
But hey, you know what? If you like learning about villains, this is definitely
Yeah,
one for you.
there were some good villains in it, I think.
Now, continuing
Where we at?
our train of watching animated things because we're gamer girls and nerds, let's
Yeah.
talk about Into the Spider-Verse. Maybe the movie of the year, possibly.
Ooh.
I need to rewatch this movie.
Oh,
I
can-
want to see
can
it
I
again,
wa-
dude.
Please, I haven't watched it yet. I need to watch it.
We should go watch Into
Watch
the
it without
Spider-Verse
me?
again.
I would.
I
Dude,
go
okay.
without Cameron
here's-
this time too.
Here's the thing though. I don't like rewatching a lot of movies, but this movie was so good.
I think there's
yeah.
a lot of stuff you could have missed.
Yeah, like when I watched it with you guys, it was my second time going in. God, I picked up on so many things, so many Easter eggs.
Um,
It's so good.
honestly, not spoilers, but I'd love to see a sequel to this movie with Miles, but different Spider-Mans, because there's so many other Spider-Mans.
Mhm.
They still have like Anarchy, like UK Spider-Man. They
Mm.
still got 2099 or whatever the hell that Spider-Man was at the end. I won't talk.
What?
Connor, what are you
Don't-
doing?
I'm shushing you. How dare you tell a spoiler, Kenny?
Okay, I'm sorry.
They still got Ben Riley. Oh, I'd love to see Ben Riley. I'd love to see a world where Ben Riley was still the main Spider-Man. Or Scarlet Spider-Man. I don't know. I just want Scarlet Spider-Man. I love Scarlet Spider-Man. Yeah.
I'll actually say this. I think just from this movie alone, I'd like to see a standalone Miles Morales, like a standalone story that's not a comic, like a movie or some type of game or something like that, or show. I think he's a strong character and he can hold his own. Definitely.
I think he's
if the
becoming
writing
a
is
strong.
competent.
I think
I
he's
like-
become. Okay, wait.
Yeah,
Go
okay.
ahead.
No,
No, go
you
ahead.
go. I know because my thing is not related to what's happening. It's
Oh, well, then why-
my thing's related to Miles. It's like a new topic, but if we're gonna talk about the growth of Miles, let's talk about that first.
Yeah, I think Miles is slowly becoming a stronger character. Much like how Ben Riley was just like Peter Parker clone.
Mhm.
Ben like he's developed into a much broader character with character flaws and stuff like that. I think
Yeah.
Miles is slowly becoming similar to that.
Yeah. I hold on. Let me think. I really liked his new Spider-Man outfit. I think that it's a lot better than the palette swap that they have for the
Yeah.
comics.
Yep, it gives him a lot more personality too.
Yeah, like it really is an extension of his character in comparison to just flipping the characters up. It's black red Spider-Man. It's like, no, it's the new Spider-Man.
I don't like how he wears sneakers though. That's just
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
I think
totally
we're getting
that
too
was
into it.
that was product placement. That was product placement to a T. Nike, how the hell could he stick to walls from that? Anyways,
That's a good point. Okay, next one, please.
Let's talk about the next movie of the year, known as Aquaman.
Okay.
All right. This was a trip.
This was something else.
This movie, I have never had so much fun
Yeah,
watching a movie at the movie theaters.
yeah.
My goodness.
I don't know.
Honestly, I was like beginning. I was talking to Cameron. I'm like, I can't believe Kenny's making us do this.
Yeah.
And then when we left, I was like, I'm so happy Kenny made us do this.
Yeah.
All right, here's the thing. I think the story is absolutely shit, but
Yeah.
everything else is godlike.
Oh, it's so fun.
No, oh no, no. Okay, story shit, dialogue is shit, forced romance is shit.
Yeah, dude.
But it's so much fun to watch because it's just like it's so much fun to watch them force the relationship because it's like you can literally feel the spirit of the studio push them together. It's like they're forcing them together. It's so funny. They have no chemistry at all. No.
Okay,
chemistry.
is this a bad movie? I would say it's a good. It's not a great movie. But
It's an average movie with an entertainment quality of a good movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a 6 out of 10 for me, but it was an 8 out of 10 for.
You cut.
Did Connor cut out?
Hello.
It was sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
6,
okay.
6 out of 10 for you, but then you cut out.
It was
that.
an 8 out of 10 for fun.
Oh, for
Yeah,
fun.
dude.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Jason Momoa is such a good actor for this role.
He's a good Aquaman.
Oh yeah.
He brings the energy.
He
I don't
brings the
know.
heat. When he turns around and looks at you, he gives you that look. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I know what
jeez.
you're saying.
Oh.
At the beginning of the movie, there were so many slow-mos of him turning and steam going off his glistening abs.
And then
Are you
he
sure
throws
you're
out a
not a kid?
one-liner, and it just completes.
Permission to come aboard? Oh, like you have to ask for that, dumbass.
I think this is a fun movie. If you didn't want to watch it, I'd say go watch it. What's that?
Okay, can I talk about something real quick? This is a big spoiler, but I don't care because it's
Spoiler, throwing up. Boop, 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 boop.
so like I like how they tried to make his decision at the beginning of the movie like some sort of character development arc. Like he left Black Manta's dad to die.
Oh.
It was like
Oh,
fuck
yeah?
you. But then later he's like maybe that was a bad decision.
Okay, I want to make this comment real quick. I knew that this movie would be good the second that I saw he brought a grenade launcher into a pressurized I was like, oh, this movie knows what it's doing.
Dude, I thought they were all gonna blow up. I'm not gonna lie.
Like
Yeah.
not only that, but like they knew that they needed to save the submarine. The point of getting the submarine was so that they could use it for
The Civil War.
Reasons
or
later.
whatever.
war tactics.
Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
that was a little insane. With
I
that
just-
scene.
I was just so happy when I saw that grenade launcher because I was smiling so like from like ear to ear, just knowing, oh, this is a stupid movie. All right, all right.
All right. Do you want to move on to the last one?
Concluding our list of movies and shows that we've experienced this year, let's talk about the Bandersnatch. Cameron,
Okay.
I actually watched this. I
You
watched
did?
this last. I watched this and I played every ending last night.
You did.
I
Okay.
had, I didn't even watch this doc. I'm so happy that you mentioned this.
Okay. I was very unsure where to put this because it could easily go into games and it could easily go into movies and shows.
It's a movie
It
because
is a
I don't
movie.
know.
It's made by the Black Mirror people.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys, Alan and Kenny, you haven't seen this yet, have you?
I have
Nope.
not. seen
Nope.
it
Okay, maybe we could do that tonight or something. But
Maybe.
it's about like game
Um,
development.
so-
What's up? Do you want you talk about it? It's
I'll-
fresher for
I'll-
you.
Okay, so there's this boy, and he's getting an offer to have this demo game based off of a book be published for Christmas. And essentially, it's based on this book called Bandersnatch. And Bandersnatch is this book that has, like, it's choose your own adventure.
Mhm.
And it was this very incredibly elaborate book, super elaborate. It's like it's a thick book. You'll see in the movie. It's a thick book, but it has this backstory of the author that essentially descends into chaos. He descends into madness, and essentially, it's more or less watching this boy, whether or not you do it or not, follow this path as well while trying to code the game. And it's you trying to make these decisions, and I thought it was really good. I think that I will say this: it feels a little futile, no matter what.
Yeah.
But I
I
think,
think that's the point.
Yeah,
that's the point of Black Mirror. But it's fun to explore the game. I think it's especially fun because certain routes will actually aid you in taking on other routes.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool when I realized that.
Yeah, I thought that was really fun. Trust me, you'll be like, whoa, what the fuck? I've played, I think, at least 3 or 4 of the endings, and I've seen all the endings on YouTube, so I
Mhm.
know essentially how to get everything. So it'll be fun to watch you guys do it.
Yeah. And we should say it's on Netflix. It's an interactive thing on your remote.
Oh yeah,
So you can make choices between it.
make sure you have a good remote, because I tried doing it with my really janky one, and I actually screwed up a couple choices because
Yeah, I did that once.
I did. Yeah, so I had to go to my laptop where I could just click.
Mhm.
is there a timer or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
it's
I've
It's
never
one of
seen
those
Netflix
quick
do
time
that.
events.
Well, did you?
QTEs.
There's no QTEs. It's like you just choose which choice. It's like a list.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
Mass Effect. And there's Minecraft Interactive on there too as well.
Minecraft.
Yeah. The Telltale game is on Netflix.
Oh,
I
I
would
don't
say
give
the
a
best-
shit about that.
The best way of saying is like it's a tall tale game.
It's not a Telltale game. Please don't say
You know, Telltale doesn't exist
Stefan will
anymore.
remember this.
Oh, hey, you know what?
that.
I just found something new we could talk about later.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about news and trends? This is going to be like longer. I know you have stuff.
I'll
to do,
say
Ken.
this. I'll say this. Let's conclude this episode here, and we can talk about news and trends next week,
Next week.
because
Okay.
this
That sounds
is
good to
going
me.
on a little long.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, we'll just talk about media and then we'll talk about the news stuff later.
No. Just
I'm
kidding.
fine with that.
But
Yes, I gotta go eat.
I hope you give at least one of these things that. Oh wait, let's not end there. What's your guys' most anticipated game and or movie and show?
I got you,
Um,
dog.
That new Cyberpunk game coming out.
Oh, okay, okay.
Ah.
I am ready for Indivisible to finally come out.
Oh, Indivisible. Oh yeah. I got you.
Okay. Yeah.
Indivisible is made by Lab Zero, who also made Squirrels, and this game looks fucking clean, and I just want it to be good.
Do you
Kenny,
think
do
you
you have
put
one
it-
for game?
I like Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh,
I like it when the Final Fantasy characters look at Donald and look at him, and it's like, oh, it's a fucking talking duck.
I like
It hits
it.
me right in the good
I
parts.
I like it when the writing is bad, but people still like it.
Yeah, I like that too. Kind of like Aquaman, right?
Yeah, yours or some bullshit like that.
I think the
You
game
got it.
I'm most looking forward to is probably Ori and the Blind Forest 2. I think it's like Willow and the Wisp or something. I can't remember.
I still need a complete
I want
Ori.
it. I want it so bad. And then one game I want to come out is Super Mario Maker for Switch. I've been banking on that for a while.
Actually, yeah, you know what? That'd be pretty good.
If I say it enough, it'll come.
That's not true.
I
Nintendo
really
doesn't work like
want
that.
it. I don't want to buy a
All right.
Wii U.
What are some movies you want to come out, or
Some
shows.
you're ready for next year?
Endgame.
Hey, you know,
Endgame.
I'm okay.
Oh, Avengers Endgame. Okay.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to see Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. finally die.
Wow.
I just want to see them kiss.
Only in your fan fiction.
My fan fiction exists. In real life,
They
not a
have
fan.
kissed. They have gotten married before in certain comics, which is kind of weird.
Okay,
Okay.
Alan, what are you anticipating?
I want to see Glass.
Oh, Glass.
Oh, Mr. Glass.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's gonna be a good movie. And I also want to see Joker.
Joker.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing.
The Joker movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, they showed teasers for it way too early because they haven't shown anything for
Yeah,
like.
since
I mean,
Yeah.
like I know that's the point of a teaser is to like, oh, it's happening, and then you show the trailers and go, oh yeah, but it's like the oh yeah should have been here a while now.
Oh, what about that Sonic movie?
Oh, it got delayed, right?
That tease. Okay, I don't want
A
to talk
bad
about
tease. But you know what? The movie I want to see is Detective Pikachu.
that.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I want to see that.
God, that was.
Honestly, I don't even want to begin. Let's not talk about the quality.
Let's absolutely talk about the quality of things that happened in 2018 next time.
What do I gotta
On
say?
Co-opt up. Okay, what do you want to say?
I didn't do my movie or show.
Oh, I'm
Wow,
sorry.
I feel bad because I
Next
don't.
time, co-op.
No, we'll just keep doing outros before
Oh,
we're done.
Okay.
actually.
I feel bad because mine's not a movie; it's a show, and it's also
yeah?
an anime. Because I'm a pleb.
Why do you feel bad about that?
I don't know because you all said movies.
Well, okay.
But I am really looking forward to Promised Neverland to be released.
Ah,
That's such a good manga. It's so good.
what a weeb.
And I'm so excited. I barely watch anime, but I'm probably gonna watch this air every single week.
Mm.
I just hope it's good. I hope it lives up to the manga's hype. But yeah, now we can end it, please. End it all.
All right.
Thank you for joining us today on this episode of Co-opt Up, where we talked about the 2018 retrospective on entertainment and pertaining to movies, shows, and gaming. We are the Gamer Girls here on this podcast. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I think I said that twice.
Yeah, but, it's always good to say again.
Well, the
Thanks
show
for
was
having
brought
me.
to you by viewers like you.
And don't
Thank
forget,
you.
to take a pause and really think about who the fuck you are. Who are you?
Oh, okay, I'm leaving.
Oh, yeah,
bro.
have a good
Gotta leave.
2019. We'll see you
Have a
next
good
time.
2019.